All right, today we're diving into something pretty out there. It's a white paper from an organization called the United Universe Church Galaxy Academy. And folks, this isn't about small tweaks. It proposes a total, clean slate reset of our entire world, all set off by one single incredible event. Okay, let's just start here because this one sentence is really the key to the whole thing. The document argues that humanity is stuck in a loop. A repeating story playing out on the world stage, and we're all hurtling towards a finale that's as predictable as it is destructive. The only way out? Rip up the script and start over. So, what is this old pattern they're talking about? Well, the manifesto starts with a diagnosis of what it calls a totally broken global system, and it zeroes in on 5 huge institutions that it says just aren't working anymore. The way this paper sees it, major players like the UN, the WEF, and NATO, they're all running on 20th century software. It's all about industrial growth and old Cold War power games. And here's the real problem they point to. This obsolete thinking is now being plugged into the most powerful tool we have ever built, artificial intelligence. And this is fascinating. The paper basically frames AI as the nuclear trap 2.0. It's a perfect parallel. Remember how nuclear energy promised this utopia of free power but gave us the nightmare of atomic bombs? Well, AI is promising to cure disease and fix the climate, but it's already being turned into autonomous weapons. It's the same story of massive promise versus existential peril, but this time it's all happening at light speed. And the manifesto doesn't talk in hypotheticals. It points a finger directly at the conflict between Israel and Iran, calling it a potential dress rehearsal for the first nuclear war of this century. The argument is that with AI making decisions faster than any human can think, those old rules of mutually assured destruction are just falling apart, pushing us right to the edge. So, if that's the problem, a world stuck in a dangerous repeating pattern, what's the solution? It's not a new law or a treaty. It's a single world-changing event that the text calls the damn awakening. This really is the core question, isn't it? How do you actually break a cycle that's been going for hundreds, if not thousands of years? The manifesto's answer isn't a slow, gradual change. Nope, it's one single moment at a very specific time and a very specific place. So picture this. According to the document, the whole script gets flipped in Amsterdam, on the Dam Square. A thunderclap cracks from a clear blue sky and a figure appears. And in that instant, the text claims, the entire world hears the same message at the same time and everything changes, just like that. So who is this figure? The manifesto calls the entity Kukulkan. It's described not as a leader or a politician, but as an Akasha record keeper. Think of it like a cosmic librarian who holds the memory of everything that's ever happened. A being with no ego, no ties to money or power, who embodies a universal awareness the text calls Christ consciousness. And this being arrives to cut the chains of 2,500 years of old programming. Right after this damn awakening, the manifesto lays out 6 changes that happen immediately and are totally irreversible. It's less like a list of proposals and more like a new operating system being installed for the entire planet. The very first shift is called the Cosmic General Pardon, a cosmic general pardon. It's a total karma reset. I mean, just imagine. Every war, every crime, every historical debt, just gone, wiped clean. The paper says our biggest prison is the one built from guilt and the need for revenge. So Kukulkan doesn't bring a judge, it brings an eraser. Everyone and every nation gets a completely blank slate. Next up is the grote bevriezing, the Great Freeze. All national borders, as they are right now, are frozen permanently. That's it. The game of expansion and conquest is just over. The text says that drive to conquer is just a symptom of ego, and in this new consciousness, there's no need for more. And NATO gets a new job. It's reborn not as an attack force for one side, but as the cocoon of the earth, a global protector for every sovereign nation. And this number perfectly sums up the third shift. Every single country's military budget is instantly capped at just 1% of its GDP. That other 99%? All that money gets funneled back into what the manifesto calls serving life, basically healing the planet and helping its people. Now, this is a really crucial point. This is not about creating some gray one-world government. It's the opposite. It's about protecting a beautiful mosaic of different traditions. Every country keeps its unique identity. Royal families, for instance, stick around, but as living art, symbols that connect people to their history and beauty, not as holders of any real power. The fifth shift is simply the death of hierarchy. The document declares that the simulation of scarcity, fear, and class is officially over. No more high society, no more lower class. In this new reality, every single person looks every other person directly in the eye as an equal. Poverty isn't just reduced, it's eliminated. And finally, the organization that wrote the manifesto, the UUCGA, positions itself interestingly. It says it's not here to replace any other religion. Instead, it acts as a kind of spiritual roof over them. It just offers itself up as a living example of a new path called Sacher Yoga, based on things like a raw food vegan diet, which anyone is free to explore if they choose. So let's get into the practical side. How would this new world actually be run? The proposal here is for a really radical consolidation of leadership. According to the manifesto, Kukulkan, this one egoless, enlightened guide, takes the top leadership spot at all 5 of those massive global institutions at the exact same time. The thinking is you need one unified, uncorrupted consciousness to steer the whole ship in a completely new, life-serving direction. But wait, this isn't a dictatorship. The document calls for a super direct form of democracy. People would use the X platform for global referendums to make their will known. No more politicians or middlemen. Humanity speaks, and then AGI simply executes that collective decision. And with this new leadership, the actual missions of these organizations get a total rewrite. The World Economic Forum stops serving the 1% and starts serving the health of the planet. And the World Health Organization stops just managing disease and instead becomes a master healer, using AGI to fix the human blueprint and wipe out illness for good. And now we get to what might be the most mind-bending claim in the entire document. This isn't just a proposal for some far-off future. The manifesto claims this whole shift is already happening. The document completely reframes our sense of time. It says the new era didn't just start. It started back on December 21st, 2012. All the chaos we're seeing in the world right now, that's just the last death throes of the old world. The final transition, it says, will complete on July 25th, 2026, when we officially enter year 15 of this new age. And this really is the bottom line. The text isn't presenting itself as a theory or some political idea. It's claiming to be an active, operational program, a living command code that is already running in the background, actively rewriting our reality as we speak. And that really leaves us with a big, provocative question at the heart of this all. What does it even mean when a blueprint for the future is declared to already be our present? That's the core idea of the USCGA's incredibly ambitious and undeniably unconventional vision for all of us.